What's up, fam? Chief X, the God best reincarnated, with some more common sense science. Now check it out. So the topic, the black church, and why they don't stop gangbanging or make any efforts to stop gangbanging and hold a damn gang truce, a summit, huh? So the reason why, before I get into my little spiel, is money. See, I remember and I recall, and I can't recall what pastor said this. It was asked on a show. Matter of fact, I think I asked this on a call-in show when I called in on a blog talk show some years ago, and Dr. Ray Hagins was on a blog talk show. Pastor Ray Hagins. I had called in and asked him why the pastors don't make any efforts to stop gangbanging or hold a gang truce summit. And I believe the answer was because of money. And don't remember his exact words, but I got the gist of what he was saying. And it boils down to deaths and funerals equal money. Think about and listen to what I'm saying. So, if gangbanging stops, then there'll be less deaths. That means less money for the pastor, because the pastor's the one that conducts the funeral services. They get paid handsomely for doing a funeral service. The family's life insurance cashes in and they divvy up that money and pay for funeral service and pay the pastor his fee. Okay? Pastors get paid handsomely for funeral services. If a major celebrity dies, then pastors and bishops are there getting paid to conduct the service. Okay? So, they're not too keen on trying to stop gangbanging, because that's going to cut into their money. When all these children and young adults get killed, they have funeral services, and the local pastors hold the service and they get paid. So that little extra money a month they get for holding a funeral service is going to be cut off. That means maybe a car note can't get paid. You know what I'm saying? Something's going to lack. And it's the same reason why sometimes I make a post on Facebook about natural hair, and I used to think, why is all the hairstylists would get pissed? Oh, they would argue you down about natural hair, and it's okay to do weaves, and women can do what they want to do. And I thought about it for a minute. I said, oh, hairstylists get so mad at natural hair posts because they fear not making no more money. If a revolution of natural hair women went down, that means less women would be going to get their hair done. That means cosmetologists and the hairstylists make less money. No wonder they get pissed. They don't want no natural hair movement to go down because they're not going to be able to pay a car note now. So, don't talk about no natural hair around no hairstylists, because they think money loss. Now back to the pastors. So I made a statement one time that we've had about 2-3 gang truces in Los Angeles, California. I'm not sure what goes on in other areas, but I hear it's very similar, because I made a post about gang truces And I said, all gang truces are usually put together by grassroots organizations. The black church is never involved. And I sit here and trip on that. There's supposed to be a place that's supposed to lower the level of sin, death, destruction, and mayhem, and doing the work of, so-called, doing the work of God. But they won't handle the gang truce to curb thousands of deaths. It's insane. Okay? Now, I've told people this before, and I broke down how. Gangbanging can be stopped in 1 month. Easy. And people looked at it and asked you, how they going to gangbang? How they going? Gangbanging can be stopped in a month. Easy. And let me tell you how. You don't need nothing but about 5 major bishops to get together, plan a conference at the damn huge Staples Center somewhere in Los Angeles or any other city, at the damn Superdome somewhere. Hold a conference, get these bishops together, get all these shot callers and gang leaders together. You know what I mean? Blood, Crips, get the shot callers and the OGs together to come to the gang truce. You know what I mean? And loop it on the radio. We're having a gang truce summit at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. All hands on deck. Run that on the radio every damn hour. The same way you run the latest gospel concert every hour. Oh, Mary Mary's in concert. It's coming on every hour, the commercial. And they put money into it. For a damn party and entertainment and fucking around and you know, have a gospel concert. They loop those on the radio every hour. Okay? Get the word out. Huh? So, these bishops in mega churches, I mean even all the small churches, they have conferences. National conferences, regional conferences, and they meet, and these bishops meet, and they speak big money on these conferences. The speakers that come into the conferences get paid to fly into the conference and speak and get together and fellowship and network. They get paid for that. And they all get together and speak big money for these conferences. You mean to tell me you can't have a conference to stop death? You're having a conference to make more money and figure out how to make more money and network and trying to get more money off the people. But you can't have a conference to stop death and gangbanging and do the work of the so-called Lord. See, these niggas ain't about the work of God. These niggas ain't about no peace. No real solutions. They want to go to church every Sunday, give a sermon, collect tithes, and send everybody home. Church is a dictatorship. Did you know that? You didn't know Sunday morning church is a dictatorship? Tell me when, while the pastor is preaching or giving his sermon and his interpretation of the book of the word, tell me when anybody in the audience get to raise their hand and ask a question or challenge anything. When did they do it? When church service over and he finished speaking, is there a question and answer period? Can anybody be challenged? No, he's going to speak his word, tell you what it is, and send you home. It's a dictatorship. See, when we have Afrocentric events, us Afrocentric people who are about solutions and care, you know what I mean? When we have a lecture and event, there's always a question and answer period. You can raise your hand and ask a question. You can get up to the mic after the lecture is finished and line up on the mic, and 10, 20 people can ask a question, can challenge them, or whatever. We're not scared because we're all about truth. And we're trying to figure out the truth. So at Afrocentric events and lecturers and things like that, and we ask questions and get answers. You don't do that at church. You don't even do it at Bible study, unless it's just like a group of 5 people or something. But like big churches or whatever, Bible study, same thing. It's not even a Bible study. It's a Bible reading. The pastor gives his interpretation of the reading, go over a part of the Bible that's scheduled or what have you, and everybody take their ass home. It's still a dictatorship. The day the church develops a question and answer period, I'm going to be there every Sunday. You best believe that's when Chief X is going to go to church. The day they start question and answer period. The day you can be in church and listen, say, hold on, Pastor, I got a question. Excuse me, the day I can do that is the day Chief X will be in church religiously. I'll be at Bible study on Wednesday, church on Sunday, you know. Getting it in. Okay? So, they better keep it a dictatorship with me floating around the earth. Okay? So they can loop this on the radio. Stop gangbanging. We're going to get together. We're going to get the shot callers together. Loop it on the radio. Shot callers come together. It's a powerful event. Okay? Can you imagine T.D. Jakes, Bishop Noel Jones, then pastors on the that little TV show of L.A., Preachers of L.A., Creflo Dollar, all these pastors got together and said, we're going to have an event to stop gangbanging. Do you know all these shot callers would be there? And the youngsters going to listen to the OGs. We're going to stop this. We're turning in our red and blue rags. And it would be a national event all on TV. It would be filmed, ABC, CBS. This would be there. It would be a serious effort if the black church got into it. See, us small grassroots organizations are a small block of people, a very small block of people, like 1% of the black diaspora here in America. Okay? We don't have that much power. 1 person against 100 people can't win. Okay? We can be filled with all the truth and realness and, intellectual, but we fighting a giant and we can't win like that. We can win with the help of the black church. If things are going to change, the black church has to be tapped into. We need to hold their feet to the fire. Gangbanging can be stopped in a month. If these motherfucking bloodsuckers will collect some money for the proper things and do right by people and human beings. Just preaching a sermon and going home is not doing right by people. That's not doing no real works of God, trying to stop things that's going on in the world, the ills and things of the world. Huh? It's not. It's a waste of time when you're talking about real solutions for the people. The black church can stop gangbanging in a month and save lives. But the undertone of it all is the less funerals, the less money. They love doing funeral services because they get them a fat check. Think about that. And I know it's so because I've heard it from 2 pastors before. When they have gang truces in LA, it's nothing but grassroots organizations. Nation of Islam is always strong. When we had gang truces in Los Angeles, it never turned out right because it's too small of a block of people representing it. And it doesn't get that much coverage. The black church don't show up. The black church on Sunday never said in Los Angeles when we had gang truces, hey, they're having a gang truce. I want the congregation and everybody to come out in full force and support of this. The black church never done that out here. And it's shameful. How dare you not get involved in the gang truce and you supposed to be Christian people? Huh? So, I'm putting something on your mind. Because Christians going to be listening to this. They always listen to my shit. I see my shit shared all over the place. People share my shit in Christian groups. So, when next time you guys have a church meeting, put that on the calendar. Question your bishop and pastor. If you're a real Christian, listen to this, and you just a congregation member, you just like the flock. When you go to church, and if you real about yours, if you real about saving life, if you real about the real works of God, go question them and ask them about that and see what they say. I'll bet you they're going to say, you know what, we're going to think about it. And it's going to go one ear in one ear and out the other. I'll bet you. I've brought this to people before. 5 years later, they still haven't brought it to their pastor and asked, can we get together and have a gang truce? These folk are scared of their damn pastor and bishops. They won't question them about no real works, no substantive things. They don't do it. So if you real Christian, listen to this. Go to your next church meeting, Bible study, whatever, and you know, deacons and all y'all, Deacon Leroy, you know what I mean, Sister Shalonda, you know what I mean. Bring that to the attention of your pastor and bishop at your next service or meeting, whatever you do, and see what happens. And if you're real about yours, try to make it happen and see. Now, I don't really say this to clown, but I say this to make you think. And maybe someone hearing this, as a so-called good Christian, will say, you know what, Chief X, you right. I'm going to bring it to my pastor. I'm going to ask him why doesn't the church get involved in a gang truce and try to stop gangbanging. And black folk in America, 9 out of 10 blacks, at least, believe in a Jesus. 90% of black folk in America is Christian-based. Whether they just religiously go to church all the time and Bible study and things like that, whether they, support always, whether they do that or not, 9 out of 10 believe in Jesus, so they're Christian-based in their ideology. Okay? So, that 9 out of 10, we need those 9 people to help get rid of social ills and speak out and be activists. Okay? The church has been bullshitting for decades upon decades. They've been bullshitting you. They ain't been on the streets. They waiting for the next national outcry of some killing so they can get out and march and do something. They're waiting for Massa to tell them, it's okay, hey, it's okay to be upset now. A black got shot and we got it on film. Be upset. March around. Yet when the white man tell them that, then they do it. But just on an average every day, just take it upon yourself, do for self type shit, they ain't gonna do nothing. I'm 45 years old. I've been living too long. I've been I've been analyzing all these situations and thinking and reflecting on all of it. And I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Somebody can get on this post after I post this video and talk that shit if you want. You ain't been thinking about this for 10 years like I have. I know. I've questioned a pastor about it. Get off your motherfucking lazy black ass and do some work. I'm out.